Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara. I make content about holistic self-love. In this video, I wanted to talk about jealousy. And this is because the latest episode of my podcast, the Orgasmic Lifestyle Podcast, where every day is a climax, I interviewed the world authority on jealousy, someone who has studied jealousy from an academic perspective. It's so interesting. She's also polyamorous, but her studies are not just restricted to polyamorous couples. And I learned a lot about jealousy, and it made me question my own perspectives and experiences with jealousy. The way I see it is that there is a jealousy spectrum, and you can have one side of that could be someone who's really jealous, paranoid, possessive, and then on the other side, someone who just doesn't care. And then maybe if you go beyond that, it could be someone who's actually turned on by the idea of you pushing boundaries and being with someone else. That could be, another extreme there. But also I think there's a kind of division or two types of jealousy. There's jealousy of imagined threats and then real threats. For example, real threats could be when you see that your partner is a bit too close to someone that they shouldn't be close to. It could be a work colleague, could be a friend, could even be their ex, a bit of flirting. Or perhaps it's something that's imagined. So just paranoia, just without something even happening. Oh, my partner's going out tomorrow. I'm going to start, worrying about what could potentially happen. And also, something I don't understand is jealousy of someone's past. I think the past is over. That's what shapes someone. So to be jealous of someone's past, decisions that they made before they even met you, seems a little bit ridiculous to me. I remember I was with a guy who did not want to hear about my past at all. And I felt that was kind of frustrating, not because I was living my past in my present, but I really wanted to explain to him where I was at now and all of the things that had influenced my current state of being. And I was wanting to know that of him as well, because you get past a certain age and then everyone has a past. It's kind of interesting to find out how people have evolved, what decisions they've made, what has shaped them over the years. I think that's super, super interesting. So to not speak about it just seems really crazy. Yeah. And then I've also been with someone else who was really jealous and paranoid. And it got to a point where it was almost pushing me into, it was kind of like, how do they say it? If you've done the time, you may as well do the crime. That kind of thing, if you see what I mean. But I also find it a bit worrying if someone doesn't care at all, if someone's indifferent. I think there can be a healthy middle ground, a middle ground that says, you matter to me. I'd like us to be exclusive if that's what you want. And also it's about emotional safety, transparency, and reassurance, and being able to reassure your partner without any, without having a problem with that. But also you don't want to be reassuring too much where it gets to a point where there's more reassurance than any other type of communication, I think it's important to trust your partner as well. But going back to polyamory, I think it's not my type of relationship style. For me, it would be a real red flag if I met someone who was polyamorous and they wanted to add me to the mix. I would be like, no way. But I do think that monogamy should be elective. I think a lot of times people are entering into monogamous relationships just because it's assumed that that's what you're supposed to do. Could be from society, from your family, from what you've done before, what other people expect of you. But I think there's something beautiful about actually choosing it, just actually choosing it and desiring it and not really wanting to be with other people. Whereas I can also see the beauty in accepting someone in their entirety, even if even the parts of them that could be attracted to other people. I do find that's kind of interesting too. But I do think that my own jealousy spectrum does depend on the person I'm with. In general, I'm not really a jealous person. I'm someone who gives trust, and then they say trust is earned, but I'm the opposite. I give all my trust, and then if it's broken, it's gone. It's gone forever. Yeah, so those are my perspectives on jealousy. But jealousy can really be a difficult thing to live with if it's too present in the interactions, especially if you are, having, friends of the opposite sex, if you're in a straight relationship, or perceived threats if they are all around. I remember I was talking to a friend once about this, and he was saying that he would, to reassure a partner, he would make sure that he was in situations where there weren't many perceived threats, not going out clubbing, not being around other people who are single, etc., just to try and reduce the paranoia of his partner. But I'm someone who, I think the opposite. I would like to be with someone who's able to be in all of those environments and who still chooses me at the end, And I think that's I think you have to kind of trust your connection more, I think. Yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts on jealousy in just 6 minutes. So if you're interested in the topic of jealousy from an academic perspective, polyamorous perspective, and any tips that you would like to learn about how to deal with jealousy, check out the latest episode of the Orgasmic Lifestyle podcast. It's episode 140. Available on any podcast platform, but also I'm going to leave a link in the description below. That's my video for today, and I'll be back soon with some more content. Mwah.